Hello, you guys. It is Crystal Lopez here from crystalandcomp.com. How are you doing? I hope you are doing amazing. I have on no makeup, no nothing. We're just here and we're going to do a grocery haul video. Prices are crazy at the store. Does anyone agree? Like, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, right? Prices are crazy. Right now, we are really watching how we spend our grocery money. Typically, over the last year or two, my grocery budget has gone from about $1,000 a month to $1,200 a month. And things are just so expensive. Like, everything is so expensive. I feel like I have no light in here. So we are working hard on refining our grocery budget as much as possible. So if you are needing to cut your household budget in any way, the best place to start is your grocery budget, because you can really control more of, it's easier to cut there to better use leftovers, etc. So the grocery budget is a great place to cut the budget. Guess who just got home? You want to come say hello before I show them my grocery haul?
Hi, Dad.
Would you like to say hello?
Hello.
He just got home from work.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, World Wide Web. How are you?
Get out.
Get out. All right.
So go over everything you bought. I didn't get to see it.
They haven't either.
Oh, I see you bought some pellets. So
Yeah,
awesome.
we were out of pellets. Okay, so as I was saying, the best place that you can start with bringing down your household budget is to start with your grocery budget. Yes, I still have a Christmas tree up. That Christmas tree's been up for like 3 years, okay?
I love it.
Lenny does not want to take it down. Anyway, different stores have don't go into one store and buy all of your things, right? I am learning how much you can save money if you will go from store to store to buy the items that you buy at the best price at the best store, okay? So in 2025, I've really been focusing on that. And actually, I'm working on something for you guys that is a spreadsheet that allows you to do some price comparison, shopping at home, doing price comparisons at home before you even go to the store, and it helps you to really stay on track with your budget and all of that, okay? We're in the final stages of having all of that prepped and ready to go for you guys. Here on the table is my grocery haul that is about a third of the month of my groceries, okay? And it is two stores. It is Walmart and it is Sam's, because the things that I bought today, I can buy them cheapest at those places, okay? So as I go through this grocery haul with you, half of the table is Sam's, half of the table is Walmart, and there are certain things that are cheaper to buy at each of those stores, okay? And I'll tell you why. Now, at the end of the day, I still am a firm believer that buying in bulk is the cheapest way to buy things. However, we can't always buy everything in bulk, right? Go through this and tell you the things that I'm gonna make with it. And remember, we are a family with 7 kids still at home. And we homeschool, so our kids are home for all 3 meals all day long. And I work from home, and my husband's home a lot too. He comes home for lunch a lot. He makes himself breakfast. He makes the kids breakfast most of the time too before he leaves. So we are eating almost all of our meals at home. Go over and show you everything that we bought. I'm going to give you a quick view, and then I'm going to give you the rest of the details and tell you what I'm going to make with all of this and how much I've spent. Okay, let me show you. I love you too. All right, so that was a quick look. If you just wanted to know what we bought, you've seen it, and you don't have to stay for the nitty-gritty details if you don't want to. So now I'm gonna go over all the things with you. So like I said, this is about a third of the month of our groceries. Now let me add to that. We do have things that we do purchase things in bulk, like rice, flour, a lot of our bulk items, like a lot of our common pantry staples, oatmeal, I don't know, tons of things that we buy in bulk. So I don't have to buy those all the time. Pinto beans, black beans, that kind of stuff, okay? Things will last us, 3 months, 4 months, a year, some of them will last, okay? We also buy meats in bulk, like times at Costco, and I will buy a big thing of chicken thighs and a big thing of chicken legs and a big thing of chicken breast. And we can, that's a couple of weeks worth of meat for our family. I like to buy some rotisserie chickens and pull that meat off the bone and use it for casseroles. I like to make my own whole chicken at home if I'm not buying a rotisserie chicken, and use that, for a whole dinner or whatnot. What you're seeing here, there's very little meat on this table. And part of that is because we still have some meats in our freezer. We have 2 deep freezers outside in our garage, and we have a freezer inside that's on our fridge. We still have some meats. I do have to buy meats, but I am not buying my meats for this cycle. I only bought these 2 things here, which we'll talk about in a minute. But the majority of my meat this month, I'm going to be buying from H-E-B for a couple of reasons. Number one, H-E-B is a grocery store that is in Texas. I do not believe they are in any other state, to my knowledge. I know they are expanding up into the DFW area, but they started in the South. I believe they actually started in Corpus Christi, maybe. I can't remember. But San Antonio, they're really, really big here. They're amazing. And they have some of the best prices on meat. So as I'm starting to do all of these price comparisons, I am realizing, I love Costco's meat, but if we're going to shrink our budget down from $1,000, $1,200 and try to feed our whole family for a month on $600, $700, we have to search for the best prices possible. So that means not buying the milk at Costco or Sam's because it's 50 cents more a gallon or $1 more a gallon, but instead getting the milk at Walmart, right? Like, we've got to make those conscious decisions. The other day, Sprouts, which is a great neighborhood market that is here in our area, they had milk for 99 cents a gallon. They have they're a more expensive store. I love their produce. I love their dairy, but it's more expensive. Like, a gallon of milk there is $5, $4.99. That's a lot when you could get a gallon of milk at Walmart for $2.87, right? But when they had milk for 99 cents, yeah, we're grabbing that, right? We're not just buying eggs at Costco because we're at Costco. We're buying eggs at Sam's because we're at Sam's. We're buying eggs where the price is the best. So this takes more effort from me. It takes sweat equity from me, right? We're doing it. We're going to see if we can feed our family consistently for $600 to $700 a month, okay? I will make a grocery haul to H-E-B this week to buy meat, and I can tell you I've already checked the sales flyer, and they have a promo right now where their chicken quarters and chicken legs are 99 cents a pound. I will be stocking up on as much of that as I possibly can, okay? And we'll fill our freezer with that. Let's go through what we have here, and I'll tell you what we're gonna do with it. We don't have to buy this every month, but we were out of our pellets, which we need these pellets for our Traeger that's in the backyard. We do a lot of grilling. We have a Blackstone, we have a Traeger, we have a traditional grill as well. But I really like to smoke our chicken on the Traeger. I needed to grab some of this. Sometimes, believe it or not, Home Depot has the best price on these. Sometimes it's Costco. It just depends on where it's on sale. But this time I bought it at Sam's, and this will last us quite a while. This will last us probably 2 months, maybe a little bit longer, okay? We eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've got all these kids at home all day long. These pizzas are a great lunch, especially one of my teenagers really, really loves these cheese pizzas. He'll pop them in the oven for lunch, and it is cheaper to buy them in bulk, and it is cheaper to buy them at Sam's in bulk. So the price on these is just a little over $3 a pizza when you buy them in bulk at Sam's, whereas If I purchase them individually at Walmart, they're like $3.90 or $3.70. So this really is the cheapest way to buy them, okay? All right. Frosted Mini Wheats. This is one of the cereals that some of my kids like. So we've got pancake mix in bulk, oats in bulk that we can have for breakfast. We typically buy our eggs in bulk. Those are the common breakfast things that we have, but I do keep some cereal on hand. We've gone back and forth with which cereals have the least carbs, which cereals are a little bit better for you. This cereal is one that multiple of my children really like. There's 2 big bags in here, and this will be something that we can have on hand for the mornings that we want to grab cereal real quick for breakfast. Now, my husband does cook breakfast a lot for our family. That's kind of his thing that he does. I do lunch and dinner. He does breakfast. He's really good at taking leftovers and reinventing them into something for breakfast, like leftover chicken, leftover pork chop. He'll put it in an omelet, whatever. But there are times where mostly it's the 2 little kids, myself and himself, that he's making breakfast for. Our older kids, because they get up, they're teenagers. They get up a little later in the day. They may make themselves a bowl of cereal, or they'll make their own eggs or whatever. Okay. Strawberries. I like to get some fresh fruits for us. I know that fresh fruits are more expensive. I like to get a couple of different fruits to have on hand when I do my hauls. Still have some blueberries in the refrigerator. These strawberries will last us a week, hopefully, if we kind of, we're not going to sit down and eat them all at one time, hopefully. I also ordered a big flat of mangoes. The mangoes are so good this year at Sam's, and they're only $8 for a big flat of them. Let me show you. Here's what I have left of the current flat. I call this a flat, maybe it's not. And these, like this one's probably got to be pitched. I'm going to cut into it and see how it is. Once they ripen, it's like not ripe, not ripe, not ripe, ripe. You better eat them all. But we have no problem. So many of us like mangoes, and this is they're high in fiber. They're really good for you. I know they are high in sugar, but it's a natural sugar, right? This has been ranging in price from $8 and some change to $11 and some change. I pretty much get one every time I place an order with Sam's. I had one in my cart and we didn't get it, and I checked and they were out of stock once it was time for them to do my order. That's a real bummer, but we've got a couple left here, and the next time that I run into Sam's, I will get some more. I love mango season. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. To buy carrots in bulk. This will last me probably 6 weeks. I use these when I make homemade chicken stock. I use these on my sheet pans. I use these when I make carrots and potatoes and roast and potatoes, carrots. These will get used up. I also will grate them and put them in spaghetti sauce. They're very versatile, and I really like having them on hand. Like I said, this may even last 2 months. You go through them before they go bad, and you would be surprised how long these keep. All right. Another way to save money is to not buy cheese that's already shredded, because you pay for that convenience. The more convenient something is, the more that you're going to pay for it. And I'm going to go over all of that kind of stuff with you in a dedicated video when I share the price comparison thing with you that we are having made. This will last us 2 to 3 dinners. If it's a casserole, I could get like a night of tacos, a casserole, and something else. I also like to put this, I cut it up in cubes and put it in my tuna pasta salad, which we just posted our recipe for that over on the blog. It is so, oh my goodness, I've been making it every single week. I love it. This is $5 and some change, opposed to $13 for already shredded cheese, okay? Don't get me wrong, I love some pre-shredded cheese. It's very convenient, but you're gonna pay for that. If you need to save money, this is the way to do it. And buying it in bulk saves big time. If I buy an individual 1 pound thing of block cheese from Sam's or H-E-B, I'm gonna pay almost what I pay for this 2 pound, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, I love to get ground turkey I like to get it from Costco and from Sam's. The one at Sam's is the Jenny O brand. The one at Costco is a small farm brand. I forget the name of it, but it's organic. The one that's at Sam's is not organic. The one that's at Sam's is 5 pounds total. You get 2 packages in one, and they're 2.5 pounds a piece. I don't know, 5 years ago, that was $11.99 for those 2.5 pounds, so 5 pounds total of Jenny O ground turkey. Then they increased their price in the last year and a half or so. Then it went to $15 and some change, and it's been at $15 for like the last year. Well, when I went to place this order, it was $18.88. I'm not paying that right now. Like, I want to go in the store, because I placed this as a pickup order. I want to go in the store and make sure that that is the price that they've changed it to, and that wasn't just an online price, because I'll have a problem with that. Like, I'm so sad because it was such a good price before, but I know that every single thing is going up in price right now. I got this instead, and this is a ground chicken. It's 3 pounds of ground chicken, and it was $9. I think it was $9.99. So what I will do is I'm going to use 2 pounds of this to make dinner tonight. Ground chicken fried rice for dinner. I will save the other pound. So 2 pounds will go in our dinner. The other pound will be saved, and I'll put it in the freezer. And then the next time I buy one of these, I'll take a pound out, add it to the pound that's in the fridge. And then that way, that's a third dinner, right? Because one dinner, and then the 2 halves are another dinner. You're following me, right? Anyway, I've bought this before, and it's really good ground chicken. I really like it, and it's gonna turn out really well with our dinner tonight. All right, bacon. This is something that freezes easily. This is enough for 3 breakfasts. And I will put one in the fridge, and the other 2 I will freeze. We'll make bacon with pancakes, bacon with eggs, bacon with avocado toast if we're doing that, which I didn't buy any avocados this time. First thing that we have on hand, we keep frozen strawberries and frozen blueberries. And I also have some tropical fruit that's frozen in the freezer. And one of our kids really likes smoothies for breakfast. We will either pair that with some of the the plain non-fat Greek yogurt, or I also have a large tub of the vanilla honey Greek yogurt that's from Sam's. And that pretty much gets used for, like, put some of that in a bowl, put a little bit of granola on top, put some fruit on top, and that's a great breakfast. I like that for breakfast, actually. Just sharing some other breakfast ideas with you. I don't want you to see this and be like, oh, wow, you're only gonna have 3 breakfasts for the whole month. We have lots of options. We have stockpiles of things in our pantry, in our freezer, in our fridge, right? That we're constantly working through. So that we stock up on when they're on sale and that kind of thing. All right. I also I'm almost out of honey. I'm at the very end of my honey that I bought like 2 or 3 years ago from Costco. So it was time for more. Let me tell you, this was $14 and some change at Sam's, and it is 40 ounces. For 32 ounces at Walmart, it was the same price. It's cheaper to buy it in bulk. Okay. Same brand. All right. We like to put this in our coffee sometimes. We like to put it in oatmeal. My sister-in-law recently shared a recipe with me for some different overnight oats, which I've got some overnight oat recipes on the blog at crystallandcomp.com. But she shared some really yummy ones with me that she puts some milk, some flavored Greek yogurt, or you could do plain Greek yogurt, and then she adds honey to it as well, and it was really good. And that is a really easy breakfast for me. Not everybody will eat that in our house, but I can make it for myself, and Luke Henry will eat it too, and it's really filling. It keeps me full for a long time, and it's a great way to use up those oats that we buy in bulk. And then honey is a good sweetener for that. All right, this is something that I did not have to buy, but I did. Most of my kids like Dr. Pepper. They can have one a day. When it's gone, it's gone. Okay. It's a nice treat for them in their mind. They like that. There you go. Live a little. All right. I did also buy lunch meat. I don't want my kids to have sandwiches every single day, but I will buy lunch meat here and there. Once a month, once every other month. They make for super easy sandwiches, super easy lunches. I also like to buy the cheese slices in bulk at Sam's. We'll do the Colby Jack or the cheddar, mild or sharp. And Jack likes to make homemade grilled cheeses with that. And sometimes he'll put some turkey or some ham in his grilled cheese as well. But we have a little sandwich maker, and that's an easy lunch that he can make for himself. If I'm in a meeting, he's almost 9, he can run a sandwich maker. I let them use the air fryer and the sandwich maker and the electric tea kettle that they can plug in. And, I have teenagers that are at home as well. Those are easy things for them to use they'll use the electric tea kettle to heat up the water for ramen or whatever. It's a way for them to be independent and make their own lunch. Sandwiches are super easy. That's a great thing that they can make on their own, whether it's a hot turkey sandwich with cheese or a cold one. I got bread. I will tell you, I just ordered a sourdough starter, and I am going to try my hand at sourdough. This has been something that's been on my mind for a while that I've been wanting to try, and I finally bought a starter. Point in our near future, we won't be buying bread. I'm gonna start making our own bread. We have lots of peanut butter that we buy peanut butter in bulk at Sam's or at Costco. I think what we have on hand right now is the Sam's version. Another sandwich option is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I do have a child that can't have that, but everybody else can. And I did not buy jelly in bulk this time. I just bought a small thing of it, but I just wanted to let you know that that was another lunch option. Already you're seeing lots of lunch options. Leftovers from dinner last night is another option. Okay. I do have some fresh broccoli, fresh cauliflower. I've got some celery, got some sweet potatoes. I've got a 10-pound bag of regular potatoes. So I've got some other produce on hand already. You don't really see a lot of fresh produce outside of the carrots and the strawberries that I showed you. I've got these limes. We like to use lime when we make homemade salsa. We also use lime in my kids we have rice pretty often. And sometimes we just do regular white rice, and sometimes we'll do cilantro lime rice. So these limes are really good to have on hand for that. I like to buy the romaine 6-pack of romaine lettuce for like $3.80 at Sam's. I love that. This time I switched it out and I bought the iceberg lettuce because we're going to have my in-laws over for dinner, and she can't have the romaine because I believe it's too high in vitamin K for her, but she can have the iceberg lettuce. Buying your lettuce in bulk. Okay, so let me just tell you, for years I've talked about how much I love the bagged salad kits, like the Caesar salad or whatever. I do. I love them. But it's one of the places that you're spending a lot. The more convenient something is, the more you're going to pay for it. In like December of last year, I stopped buying the bagged salads and I started buying the 6-pack of the romaine lettuce, and that will give us 3 salads because the romaine heads are they're not overly huge. So I can do 2 of those and make a homemade Caesar salad. And that's like $1.50 $1 worth of lettuce, right? Because the whole thing is like $3.86. I've been buying my Caesar dressing in bulk. I've been buying my romaine in bulk. I've been buying croutons in bulk. And then I keep some Parmesan on hand. I'm paying pennies. Really, the only thing I have to regularly replenish is the lettuce. But the croutons and the cheese and the salad dressing, they last forever, like for a long time, over a month. A really great savings option and an immediate way that you can cut on your grocery bill right away. Things that are overly convenient, like the bagged salad kits, stop buying them. We could do some wedge salads with this. We could use these in tacos as well. We could do just a regular iceberg salad, but this will be salad for a week for us, okay? And the night that my mother-in-law and father-in-law come over for dinner, they will be able to have salad with us. This big bag of onions, this will last me a month. I love to cook. Anytime I'm cooking something savory that's like dinner, I like to start in my pan with olive oil, garlic, and onion. If I'm doing a sheet pan vegetable tray, like a sheet pan veggie, I'll put my cauliflower, my broccoli, and I will cut up an onion and put it on there as well. I have kids that don't like onions at all. My husband doesn't like onions either. He likes the flavor that it gives the meal, right? Or the dish. But I have kids who love cooked or baked or sauteed onions. They love it. Like Jack, he's almost 9. He's the first one to dive into the onions on the veggie sheet pans that have baked in the oven. Super good. So this is the most inexpensive way to buy onions, is in bulk at Sam's or Costco. Right now, the best price is at Sam's. So that's what I got. Apples. We love to have apples on hand. I've told you guys that for a long time. It's a great snack for my kids. It is also, I've been making a lot every week, pretty much for a couple months now. I've been making pasta tuna salad, and I like to put an apple in it. It is so yummy. It is so delicious. You got to go to my site and look at the recipe. But these make a great snack as well. All right, so what else did we get? I got two cases of water. We do still have our Berkey, but I do also still like to have water on hand. I really prefer Ozarka water, but Sam's was out of that. Substituted it with Pure Life. I'm wrong. This was part of my Walmart order. Sorry, that is in the wrong spot. I got that at Walmart. Sam's was out of Ozarka water too. Walmart let me put it in my cart and then ended up swapping it out for this Pure Life, which is fine. The Pure Life water is fine. But we do still use our Berkey, but I like to have some of this on hand, especially when we have people coming over for dinner or people coming into town, or if we're going to be on the go a lot, like going to church, grab a bottle of water before we head out the door, that kind of thing. And then the doggy pads, I did recently, well, it's been a little while now. I bought reusable, washable doggy pads. Eddie is 2 almost, and he still has accidents in his kennels. We're still doing these, disposable absorbent pads. That is all the Sam's order. The water is Walmart, and now the rest of everything else is Walmart, okay? I did not want to buy the super huge thing of fresh spinach from Sam's because I didn't think that I would use it before. Like, I have enough produce on hand right now, and I needed some spinach. This was the size that I needed. It was only $1.80, I think. Good buy, good price. We will use these for, I've got some leftover ham that we need to use in omelet. Ham, spinach. I also like to put spinach on sandwiches. Not everybody will eat it that way, but some of us will. Thank you for bringing the dogs in. And if I do buy the big, huge thing of spinach at Sam's or Costco, we will have it multiple nights as a side, and I'll saute it, and it's really yummy that way too. All right, I needed peas and carrots to go in the ground chicken fried rice that I'm making. So I did grab a bag of these, and then I grabbed a 2-pound bag of sweet peas because Sam's didn't have sweet peas in bulk, and this will last me probably a month. I use frozen peas in my tuna pasta salad. I'll just cut it open, pour out what I need for each batch that I make, and then pop the rest back in the freezer. Okay. All right. And then I bought some of these to go on our salad. I bought a little thing of it, not a huge thing of it, just because I don't have the space for it in my fridge right now. And I know that this is enough to last us a week and a half or so. Okay. I already told you about the jelly that I bought. Although I will tell you, we are trying our hand at making homemade jams and jellies, preservatives. Check out, we've got some great recipes over on the site that you should check out. They're really good, and it's so much easier than you think. All right. Mushrooms, these will go great in omelets or on sheet pan veggies. I like to have these on hand to go with our dinners. If I grill chicken, which we will probably do over the next week and a half or so, we will do chicken probably 2 nights, like chicken on the grill, the 99 cents a pound chicken from H-E-B. And with that, I will make sheet pan veggies, onions, mushrooms, broccoli, cauliflower, all on one sheet pan with some olive oil and some Montreal steak seasoning, and it turns out incredible. But these can also go in omelets or in other dishes as well. At least one night this coming up week, I will do a whole chicken and cook it in the slow cooker or in the oven with carrots and potatoes, and that'll be one of our dinners. Then I will save the bones and make bone broth. I have been making my bone broth or chicken stock. I will show you some of that. Anytime I'm getting a rotisserie chicken or making a whole chicken, I am taking it and making homemade chicken broth with it because chicken broth is expensive. So that's another way that I'm saving money. Also, I haven't been buying salsa. I've been making my own homemade salsa, and it is so much easier than you realize. An onion, a jalapeno, some tomatoes, and some limes, and then cumin, which I already have on hand, and salt, and you've got homemade salsa. I've got some in the fridge. I'll show it to you. Seriously, It's more effort, it takes more time, but it costs pennies to make, right? The more convenient something is, the more we're gonna be paying for it, okay? All right, for our schoolwork, multiple times a year, we gotta replace crayons, markers, and glue sticks, okay? So these were like 70 cents, 74 cents. We're out of crayons. I don't know where they go. They're like the socks. They disappear. And the markers as well. And if they are doing an assignment where it says, color every multiplication problem that ends in this with this color, they're just using their pencil because all their crayons, they don't know where they are, and all their markers, they dried out because they didn't take care of them. I needed to replenish. And this was the cheapest. This is the Walmart brand pen plus gear. Our glue sticks were dried up, so that happens, but about twice a year I'll buy more supplies, and they got to make them last. So ginger root, I got ginger root to go in. I will use it in my chicken stir fry, and then I'll also have some on hand for other dishes. This stuff keeps for a while, so really good. And then I also bought cilantro. This goes great in beans. It goes great like in homemade black beans, homemade pinto beans, in tacos, in homemade salsa. That's another thing you put in salsa is cilantro. And then we like to put it in that rice as well. And then I did get, and so cilantro is not something that you can get at Sam's. Okay. And then I did get a thing of green onions, and we'll use these in a couple of dinners. This would go great as an alternative add-in into pasta salad. You can also use it, we're going to use it in the stir fry, but this is a great addition. You can get multiple dinners out of this. It's a great addition to different casseroles and different dishes. All right, I got a couple of bags of chips for lunch. Luke Henry really wanted some sea salt chips, and they did not have any at Sam's. So I got those, and then I grabbed these barbecue chips. I already have on hand some of the Walmart or the Members Mark brand of wavy potato chips that are like $3 a bag, and it's huge, like, I don't know, 3 times the size of that barbecue chip bag. It is a great price for wavy rippled chips. It's the Sam's brand. I have a bag of those that we're working through, but I went ahead and grabbed that just to have on hand for their turkey sandwiches, their grilled cheeses, and their peanut butters and jellies, okay? Now, dog treats. Our favorite dog treats are at Costco, but my order this week was not at Costco. I grabbed the little fun size vegan strips. My dogs they really like the ones from Costco. And I prefer the ones from Costco, but this will get us through. That actually might last us a little over a month. And I do like that they're already little. So I just, the ones from Costco, I break them up anyway because they don't get a whole one. They think every time they go to the bathroom and come inside that they need a treat. We've trained them that way, I suppose. All right, got that. That was like $11. And then honeycombs. I've got a couple of kids that like honeycombs.
On my head.
I'm so sorry. I have a couple of kids. You're lucky to be alive. I got a couple of kids that really like honeycombs, and I like to buy it this size because it's cheaper and it has the resealable thing, and I can't get this at Sam's or Costco. So some kids don't like them. Some kids love them. I like them. Okay. And then I've been using this creamer right now. It's a dairy-free creamer. It's a lavender flavor. I love lavender. And I can only get it at Walmart or Target, and I'm hardly ever in Target. We do still get this as well. And then I've got some half and half in the fridge, which we will use in our coffee. And all right. And then here's my 2 things of milk from Walmart. So there's those. Again, the best price was at Walmart. And then multiple kids really like this cranberry grape juice. We've bought it for years. They really like it. So that's a nice treat for them. And then this was in my cart accidentally at Walmart, and I missed taking it out. But that's okay. Only getting stuff at Walmart, and I'm out of Frosted Mini Wheats. I will buy this family size, but it's pretty much the same price as buying this double bag size at Sam's. So this is 55 ounces, and this one is 24 ounces. So you get double from Sam's, and it's about the same price. I totally missed that this was in my cart, so I could have saved $5, but there you have it. And then I almost forgot to show you guys the canned goods. Canned goods are not my preferred way to make veggies, but if we are out of fresh stuff, and we're out of freezer stuff, so I will buy some freezer vegetables as well. These are good to have on hand for the times that we're in a pinch and we don't have any of the frozen or fresh and we haven't been to the store. It's cheaper to buy these at Walmart individually than it is even to buy the name brand. Like the name brand in bulk at Sam's and Costco is a little bit more expensive than just buying individually the store brand. I wish that I could buy the store brand in bulk at Walmart, but they don't offer that. But these are like 60 or 80 cents a piece. So right now, that's how they are anyway. So I got some peas, I got green beans, I got some cream style corn, and then I got 4 regular corns. And it's just an extra thing to have on hand to go with our dinners. I know you like corn, and they like corn on the cob. They're just extra things to go with our dinners when we're out of the fresh or out of the frozen. All right, so let me show you. This is just a little, right at half, maybe a little less than half of the chicken broth that I made this past week. So if you always are cooking at least one whole chicken a week, or you can take that. I will do a video and show you how easy it is to make your homemade stock or broth or whatever. And I mean, seriously, and then you've got it on hand. You can also freeze it. I've already gone through, I had one of these that was half this size that was full. And then I have a couple more mason jars that are smaller in the fridge, all from it was one big pot of broth that I made. I guess it's really stock because I also had vegetable stuff in it using 2 leftover chicken carcasses or whatever. So there's that. Anyway, it was so easy, and it's so much better for you. I'm not objectionable to what you buy at the store, and I love better than bouillon. I do. But if I'm trying to save money, I want to get everything that I can. Here's some. I've made homemade salsa multiple times in the last couple of weeks. Here's the most recent one that I have. And I had no fresh tomatoes, and so I actually used a can of canned peeled tomatoes, and then everything else was fresh, like the garlic and the cilantro and the lime and all of that. But this is great for, I used some of this to make a casserole. You can have chips and salsa. You can use it to make salsa chicken. It makes a lot. And I just fill my food processor up with all the ingredients and makes it super easy. And then you don't have to buy salsa at the store. I've been buying these black beans from from Sam's. And typically they don't have them in the store, or at least here they don't, and you have to have them shipped to you. But as long as your order is at least $50 or more of shipped stuff, then they ship for free. And I have been ordering enough to get free shipping. I bought 2 big bags of them, and then I put them into 2 of these jars like this. And we've been having about every week or every other week, I make a pot of black beans in the Instant Pot. We will eat beans with our dinner. It's really good. Like, I made a taco casserole. We had black beans on the side. Make pork chops, have beans on the side. Like, they're really good. And they cook really fast in the Instant Pot. So this will last a while. It's really, really yummy. Some other things, as you can see, like this is some of our produce that's still left over from this past week, but I'm down to the end. So these lemons need to be used up really quickly. I'm sure I could freeze them. We've got some more lemons over here. This is all that's left of my current apples. So we'll finish those up soon. This is the bag of onions that I bought last month or 3 weeks ago, and we're down to just 1 onion left. We've been buying our garlic in bulk like this. I've got some sweet potatoes that I need to use up. I've got this big bag of potatoes that I need to use up. These are those chips that I was telling you about. So I've got about half a bag left, and it's really big. It's this size. So what is that? How many ounces? It's a pound. but it's like $3. Seriously, that is the cheapest way to buy chips. But these are just, I just wanted to show you some of the things that we've been buying in bulk, some of the things that we've been making ourselves, and just kind of like, this is where my fresh produce will go, and this is what it's looking like as we're getting down to the wire with what was left from the last grocery haul. How much did we spend? Walmart order was $111.87. Remember, my goal is to do $600 to $700 for the month, okay? And this is gonna last us a third of the month. Obviously, some of it will last us a month, right? But I will have to get more in about a week and a half, right? I am still gonna go spend probably $40 on chicken at HEB while it's on sale. It'll last about, like I said, I've told you how long it'll last. I should be able to meet my goal. Plus we have the things on hand still at home that I told you. I should be able to meet my budget goal for the month. I'm really striving for that. I'm really hoping that we can do that. There you have it. That's what we spent. That's what dinner looks like. Like I said, we will have, we've got some pork chops in the freezer that we will grill one night. We will have chicken a couple of nights. We will have the ground chicken. Plus we've still got some leftovers in the fridge that need to be eaten up. Last night we had a taco bake using ground turkey. We're gonna be eating it up. I've given you the ideas of things that we have for our breakfast, for our lunches. So there you have it. All right, let me know, what does your grocery budget look like right now? How are you saving the most money possible on your groceries right now? Are you going to multiple stores, or are you completely objectionable to that? And that is like, I don't have time for that. Where do you stand with all of that? I would love to know. I would love to know how you are saving money. I would love to know how you determine what your grocery budget is. Do you allocate so much per person? Does your grocery budget ever include things like homeschool supplies that you run out of here and there? I mean, this wasn't even $3 worth of stuff, but still, it came out of the grocery budget. How are you determining your budget, and what is it? I would love to know, okay? And what ways can we help you? Are you looking for ways to save money on your grocery bill? Where do you feel like the majority of your grocery budget is going? Talk to me. Let me know how things are going for you. We want to know so that we know how to help you. All right, guys, y'all have a great rest of your day. We will see you in the next video, and I'll chat with you in the comments. Bye.
Trust us, that's about to let us know. At a